Not much has really happened. It is transfer deadline day. We are here. We are well into transfer deadline day, and not much has happened. But there's still life. There is still life. I'm joined by Gio from Hammer's Chat today. Gio, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm a bit frustrated though, Jake. I started concerned maybe at the weekend. I went away for the weekend, so I was trying to keep up to date with all the rumours. Charlie was doing the videos for us and stuff, so I had to keep up to date with the rumours. I could send the rumours to Charlie, because he's a bit tight on social media. As Charlie, he doesn't follow loads of accounts, so I try and follow as much as I can. So I'm sending him the rumours, and I'm seeing the 50 million mystery bid, Rafinha, Calvin Phillips, and I didn't necessarily believe it, but oh, here we go. There's something happening now.
Yep.
So I've gone from concerned over the weekend to just pure frustration now. I'm not even worried anymore. I've just accepted that it's likely we're going to have no new signings, and I'm now just frustration bordering on anger, to be honest with you, Jake.
Yeah, it's just it's deflating and frustrating that we've had this whole window, and it almost seems like we've only woke up about 3 days ago.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I don't get it. I really, really do not get it at all. There's no logic behind waiting this long, especially Nunez. If Nunez is the striker we want, why have we waited? I sort of get why we'd wait with Jesse Lingard. I get that. You wait till the last day, then you sort of call Man United out a little bit, and Man United have to decide between leaving Lingard to sort of rot on the bench or giving to West Ham, possibly Newcastle. I get that one. I get why you would do that. To some extent, collect a car, I understand that as well. We want to loan him, they want to sell him. You wait till deadline day, then you try and see if they'll just persuade them one more time. But the Nunez one makes no sense. There's no logic behind waiting to bid for him. If you did this at the start of the window, you'd had plenty of time to negotiate with Benfica, give them time to go and find a replacement as well. You might have got your man, but to do it 24 hours before the window closes just seems a little bit daft to me.
Yeah, and with Nunez, it's like we've had all that time, and we've just seemed to have rocked up a couple of days before, which they're never going to accept because I mean, he got some issue with £100 million release clause, and I like the intent with these players. I don't quite understand some of the bids that we've put in, but why have we only just woken up, and now they're never going to sell Nunez with less than what have we got now, like 6 hours left of this window. They're just never going to do it. We are hoping now, and I think what we're going to get is we tried again, because we put silly bids in for Rafinha and Phillips and these strange offers that we put in, and I've just got a feeling that we're now going to get back, oh well, we tried.
Yeah, it certainly looks like that. And while you've been at school learning, it's been kicking off a little bit because of Talk Sports sort of accusing Sullivan of making up bids, if you like, for Calvin Phillips and Rafinha, and almost Simon Jordan was saying that they never actually bid. It's just what Sullivan does, and that is what Sullivan's done in the past at West Ham. Either he makes them up or he makes bids he knows isn't going to get accepted. The only difference between us bidding for Nunez and collect a car to buy, not to loan, is that Marseille would accept it. That's why we've not bid for him, because if we would say 15 million, they'd go, yes, please, thank you very much, because we know they want to sell him. That's the only reason I can see why we've not actually bid hard cash for him. It's typical Sullivan. If you go get a book of Sullivan's 11 years at West Ham, this chapter pops up every single year, pretty much. These methods, this illusions he tries to create, that he's busy, he's trying and stuff like that, and it's beyond a joke, and it should be insulting to the fan base, to be honest with you, for certain reasons, which I don't want to drag into it too much, but it's frustrating, Jake. Do you believe the
Yeah.
bids? Do you believe the bids for Phillips and Rafinha?
Well, I've sat here doing videos about them, and I'm sat here think, there's an element of disbelief there, but I can see why Sullivan's done it, because Sullivan's well, yeah, let's just throw something silly at them. They probably realistically want upwards of 80, 90, £100 million for both Rafinha and Phillips. Let's just chuck 50 million. To be fair, it's do I believe it? I probably believe that we've put the bids in just to not get West Ham fans happy and excited, but they're just doing it to just hold the surge off that we know that's going to happen at 11 tonight and tomorrow and the next day. And there's just a lot of anger and frustration, and it's more frustration because this happens every single transfer window. We did it last year. We thought, oh, we've sold Haller, now let's we've got 2 weeks to sign a striker. We wouldn't have thought a year or 364 days down the line we still haven't bought a striker.
But this is just it. I think in the past with Sebastian Haller, you can almost accept not signing a striker. I hated the fact. I didn't think I thought we should have had a striker lined up. But if the reason was Moyes hasn't found anyone yet, he doesn't know who he wants, you sort of have to go, fine, okay, he's new. He's only still relatively new to the position at West Ham. The striker's just been sold. Right, okay, the summer come and went. You thought, really? But now it's just no excuses anymore. Like you said, it's been a year since we sold him. There's no excuses for not knowing who we want and making adequate bids to sign the players as well. It's a missed opportunity. It's really, really frustrating. I'm trying to keep my cool, actually. Talking about it gets you worked up a little bit. But I remember this has happened a few years, particularly in January as well, where I remember doing a deadline day stream and we signed Jordan Hugill and that was it. And we were all sat there like, first of all, who is Jordan Hugill? And second of all, where's the rest of the signings? We were in a relegation battle and we signed Jordan Hugill. Then we had Preston fans joining the live chat telling us that they've just mugged us right off, saying he's not even our Preston's best striker, no idea why you've bought him. And we sat there thinking, well, what's he doing? What's Sullivan doing? And the risk was getting relegated. Now, this time round, we're not going to get relegated. We're probably definitely going to finish in the top half of the Premier League. At worst, a disastrous second half of the season, we'll probably still finish 10. But the risk changes. The risk has gone from getting relegated to missing out on European football. And I hate it, to be honest with you. I absolutely hate it. The lack of ambition that we've shown in this window, if we sign nobody, it's not good enough.
No, it's not. Right, let's get into some individual players and just one thing first with the centre back. Not Kaleta. Is it Bournemouth have bought in Nat Phillips until the end of the season? I think it was transfers put on Twitter this morning. Is that we're being beaten by Bournemouth now? Would you have taken that, or are you getting the Craig Dawson 2.0 vibes of Nat Phillips?
I probably would have. I wouldn't be doing cartwheels about it. I think he's only played a handful of games for Liverpool. I think he's played 25 games for Liverpool or something in his mid-20s. So he's not got massive experience for his age. But from what we have seen, he looks capable. I think the loan deal that Bournemouth's got is clever. He comes in and does a job, or if not, he sits on the bench and you send him back to Liverpool in the summer and you've not really lost out too much. So I'm surprised we allowed him to go to Bournemouth. It would have been a bit of a tap-in transfer for West Ham, I think. One that would have been low risk, low financial risk, possibly big rewards. And we might not have even needed him. We might have coped with Diop, Zuma and Dawson. He would have come in as fourth-choice centre-back, probably. But at least we would have had one. At the minute, we don't have anyone, so...
Yeah. Sticking with the centre-back... Kaleta. I mean, there's everybody's saying different things. Our most reliable sources are saying there isn't a deal in place. Nothing has really gone on there. Which it went silent, and then the French sources came alive yesterday by saying, "Oh, it's nearly done. There we go. Get ready, West Ham fans." And then we were brought back down to earth last night with X's update and. Is it the fact that we just don't want to put that £50 million on the table, as you said earlier on, because they probably are going to accept it, and we're trying to do the typical loan with an option to buy, which we favour, which means Sullivan keeps his money in his pocket for a bit longer?
This one's... I keep flip-flopping on this one. I think it's probably because I don't know much about the player, Jake. I've not watched him loads. I know he's got a big reputation. He's held in high regard. His passing stats are fantastic for a centre-back and stuff. But I've not really seen him. But so it's easy to remove emotion when you don't know a player. When you love a player, like, say, Lingard or Broha, Southampton, you get a bit of emotional attachment to the transfer rumour and you find yourself really wanting it to happen. as a fan. But with this one, I don't have that. So I can sort of see, I'm trying to look at it two ways. First of all, is the fee fair? Well, it has to be. Dan Burns ready to go to Newcastle for 13 million, right? That's the barometer for centre-backs. I doubt he's worse than Dan Burn. Dan Burn is at best a bang average Premier League centre back. Okay, 13 million is what you're paying for bang average centre back with experience. So I think the fee is reasonable. The only reason I can think of us not buying him is that, let's say we have 50 million to spend, Jake. If we sign him for 15, we've all of a sudden got 35 million. If we are to believe the bids for Darwin Nunez, well, you ain't getting him for 35 million, are you? So I can only assume they're trying to keep the whole kitty, all the money available, so they can try and get the number one striker target. And that means that we don't have enough left over, because while Kontinsky's come in and stuff, we were never going to be spending an eye-watering sum of money in January. I'm surprised we're even going to spend 50 million, if I'm honest with you. I thought 40 would have been our limit. So I just think I think they're trying to be a bit conservative with the centre-back budget so that it doesn't impact the striker one. I sort of half get it, but at the same time, it's, well, if you are going to do that, you bloody make sure you get the striker. Otherwise, you're going to look very silly if you pass up on an affordable centre-back, holding out hopes for an attacker, which in the end you don't get. It's very much eggs all in one basket at this stage, I think.
Yeah, that's when I came home and I scrolled through Twitter and I saw just the general vibe there, and it seems like we've put all of our eggs into the Nunez and Kaletikar basket, which is frustrating considering the amount of time we've had. Let's move on to Nunez. I mean, last night when it came out, everybody was like Googling him, seeing his stats.
Yeah.
£100 million release clause, crikey, he must be decent. And then we don't know whether we bid it at 35 million, 50 million, something in that region. Obviously, we knew that wasn't going to be accepted considering the time of the transfer window that we're currently in, and the fact that he's got £100 million release clause. So we all went, oh, if we've put a bid in of 60, 70, it might tempt them. But it's just frustrating because X is banging the same drum with every single player. It's unlikely, and it's frustrating again with him. It's just been plucked out of the water. We put a random bid in, and it's been rejected.
Yeah, I don't know much about the player, if I'm honest, so it's difficult. Again, it's difficult for me to get excited about him. But having a look at his numbers and stuff, there is a little bit of excitement that creeps in. I think I'm just excited about the fact of having a second striker at the club, to be honest with you, Jake. It's almost like we could get linked with Andy Carroll today, and I think I'd get a little bit excited. Tomorrow I'd wake up and think, what on earth have we just done? But with the Nunez thing, I don't know. It seems like the bids are genuine, though. I think when you're a fan, and particularly when you do this sort of stuff, Jake, you'll know yourself, you've got to almost try and verify the rumours as much as you can. Not necessarily ringing up Dave Sullivan and asking him, but just working out what sources are good and which sources are rubbish. And I think when you've got the Athletic reporting it, you've got people at Sky Sports reporting it, X is reporting it, I think it becomes quite legit. I think it becomes quite believable for myself. So I believe we've bidded for him. It's stupid circumstances in which we're bidding for him.
Yeah, definitely, and I'd be surprised if we go any further, because the clear intent is that obviously he probably don't want to move, and obviously Benfica don't want to sell him. That Hugo Ekitike, that guy that was just plucked out of the water again a few days ago, has gone quiet. Newcastle put a bid in. He's now said he doesn't want to move to England, so that's another one to cross off the list. And we've been saying it for years now. We'd be surprised if we get any late drama. It would be extremely surprising if we're sat here at 9:30 tonight and we've signed a player, wouldn't it?
Yeah, what we'll say about Hugo Ekitike, though, while again we might not have actually wanted him, and I'd be surprised if Moyes went for a player with 18 first team games to his name. But what I will say, just perhaps, when we were scouting these strikers, there was maybe a conversation taking place with his agent or something, and we'd already discovered he doesn't want to move to England yet, and that's why we've never pursued him. Perhaps we've just thought, well, he doesn't want to come, waste of time going after him. And then, therefore, perhaps the conversation with Nunez has taken place and we know that he's open to moving to England or something. Maybe. But to counteract that, we went after James Tarkowski, despite the fact that he very openly said, I've moved up north to be my family. I don't want to move south. And we still went after him. So probably not.
Yeah. Jesse Lingard, it seemed to go pretty dead in the water, and then today, it's come out. Fabrizio has said, he's had a nice chat with Ragnick. He said he wants to move on. He doesn't want to go to Newcastle. I think we've gathered that he might still go to Newcastle. You never know. But what's your personal stance on the Jesse Lingard situation on a whole?
I feel sorry for Jesse. I felt sorry for Jesse for a while. I think Man United have shackled him a little bit. I think in this day and age, we all bang on about loyalty towards your football club from footballers. We say, well, that player needs to be loyal, this, that, and the other. Jesse's been there for 20 years. Over 20 years he's been at Man United. That's loyalty. And this is how he's getting rewarded, you know. He's had to have a meeting with his manager today to almost plead with him and say, listen, can you get the board to let me leave, please? I need to go. I want to go play football. Can you let me leave? He's always wanted to come to West Ham, I think. I believe he's always wanted to come to West Ham. The problem is Man United just won't deal with us. I know there's been rumours in the last couple of hours about Jesse. We put in an improved loan deal. I hope it happens. I'll be delighted if we sign Jesse. I just can't see it, Jake. I just don't see how Man United have suddenly had a change of heart. I think he might end up at Newcastle on loan. I don't think he'll end up there permanently. I think he might go there on loan till the end of the season, and we might pick him up in the summer. But it's just, I don't know. I'm more annoyed. My anger towards the lack of this deal is 100% towards Manchester United here, not Jesse. To some extent, not West Ham. I think it's just an unfortunate thing for Lingard. I feel sorry for him.
Yes, yeah, so do I. And you know what his brother put on Instagram, almost like he's been he's being chained to Manchester United, and they're not letting him go. Worst comes to worst, he'll have to wait until the summer. Then he's a free agent, and then we could pick him up then. As you said, if there's comments coming in, I can't see them. I think something's gone wrong with my streaming there. But if there is people watching, hello, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, check out our channel sponsors SRM Carver and Sun by clicking the link in the description down below, and breathe. Right, anything else? Can you see something entertaining happening tonight, Gio?
I think there'll be entertainment. The problem is the entertainment might be on social media, looking at what all the fans are saying. I think that might be entertainment this evening. I hope that we sign players. I hope we sign 2. I'd be surprised if we sign 1, to be honest with you. I think my expectation is we don't sign anyone. I think last night I thought Sullivan will bottle it with a Coletta Carr thing. I thought Sullivan would just think, right, fine, just get him signed. At least we've got someone just to keep the fans away a little bit. They'll be annoyed about the striker. We'll deal with that. At least they've got a decent centre-back coming in. I think it'll be risky for the season not to bring anyone in, but I think it's also risky between the relationship of the board and the fan base. I wouldn't say it's been repaired in the last 18 months or so, but it's certainly quieting down because of the success on the pitch. It's always been quite a fragile relationship at best, and I think this type of thing just doesn't go down well with the fan base, really. So this evening entertainment, not really, but I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. I think we all do. In the summer, we had deals that that Arioli we didn't really know about until that day. Can you see in any way something, just little, small, or big, happening behind the scenes for us to be surprised at tonight?
Maybe. I think there's possibly an element of panic at the club at the minute. I think they're probably sitting there thinking, this isn't good enough. We need to do something. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to make a bit of a desperate attempt to get someone like Origi in or something, and we pay a large amount to get him on loan for the rest of the season, whether it be 2 million, 3 million or something, or we'll try and buy him permanently for 7-8 million. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see us do something almost out of desperation and panic, because surely ending the window and nobody is just a failure, isn't it? It really is a complete failure. So I think they'll try and salvage it by bringing in someone. I think there'll still be someone that we've scouted. I don't think it'll be a Jordan Hugo type signing. I don't think it'll be that. But I think it'll be a bit like an Areola one, which is we just take the fan base by surprise, but somebody that we have actually looked at in Or Alex Crowell's probably a better example. We were linked to him all summer, weren't we? Didn't go near him. Then on deadline day, because he was available on loan, we had him. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another Alex Crowell type signing out there that we've been monitoring, been watching, and we're just going to take the opportunity and get him in on a low risk deal, if you like. So we'll wait and see. We've got to sign someone though, haven't we? Surely, Jake.
Surely we have, and the likes, like of Origi or a Benteke screams as well. On loan at the very least, just to have something, just to have something for the fans. But we'll have to wait and see on that end. You mentioned it a little bit earlier on. Who are you hurling the blame at this? Is it Moyes, Newman, the board? And whilst you're at that, I'm just going to refresh my thing. So, Gio, I'll leave you with for just 2 seconds. Whose fault is it?
Yeah, I'm going to blame Moyes and David Sullivan for this one, actually. I think Rob Newman, I'm maybe giving him too much of the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he's been at the club long enough to judge him, if you like. So I'm sort of willing to give Rob Newman a little bit longer to make his impact at West Ham. I think when he come to the club, Newman, there was nothing. In terms of recruitment, in terms of scouting, there was nobody. There was no scouts, nothing. He's obviously had to get in. Yes, okay, one of them's David Moyes' son, but he's gone after this George Santos. He's went and got that former Norwich striker, Grant Holt. He went and got him. So Newman's almost got to put the infrastructure in place first and foremost. So I'm sort of going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because we've also seen this. We've seen at Everton, we've seen David Moyes take ages to decide his targets. They were the ones that called him Dithering Dave. I just like the name, I use it. But Everton called him Dithering Dave because for years they had this lack of urgency from their manager. They missed out on targets because Moyes would just be unsure, and they'd go somewhere else. And David Sullivan, years and years, we've seen at West Ham, this inadequate negotiations. We saw that famous email to Sporting Lisbon years ago where he threatened to loan a player from PSG if they didn't sell us their best player. As a combination of them two, I think it's dangerous. And I think we're seeing it. We're seeing the problem with your manager taking ages to decide his targets. We've finally got his targets now, but now we're seeing the problem of the man in charge of negotiations not being very good at negotiating. And as a combo, I think it's bad.
Yeah. Just to finish off, 0, 1, 2 signings before 11 o'clock tonight.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna. Well, I've said 2 all the way up until I got home about half an hour ago. I've said 2. Oh. I said it this morning. I'm not gonna say 2 now. I can't see that. I'm still gonna go 1. I think we might get somebody, like an Origi or a Benteke or a cheeky Sullivan panic buy at the end. But I've gone 1. Are you going 0, 1?
It's one of them. I'll say 1. I think we'll see. Like I said, I think a bit of a panic signing, if you like. I think I will be an Origi or a Benteke, or we just pay the 50 million for a collect a car or something. But I don't think it'll be the big ticket signing of the likes of Darwin Nunez or that. I think it'll be a bit of a worried signing. Yeah,
definitely. But in the words of our very good friend Jim White, a transfer can be done in 2 hours, and we will have to wait and see. I doubt it. But Gio, any final thoughts?
No, that's all really. I'm looking forward to it in a weird way. I do like deadline day. I like the hurrah. I like all the commotion around it, funnily enough. Usually I prefer it when it's other teams. At the minute, Aubameyang's in Barcelona. He's done an odd wingy, and he's in Barcelona, and Arsenal haven't even agreed a thing with Barcelona. So they're now trying to suggest that he's on a family trip and he's got to get his arse back to London. I like that. That's fun because I'm a West Ham fan. As an Arsenal fan, I'd be thinking, what the hell are you doing? But so I do like the circus of deadline day. Unfortunately, we don't even have a clown at the minute because we can't even afford to buy one of them.
I know, yeah. I did like transfer deadline day until about half an hour, and I came in and seen we've done nothing, signed nobody. I got up this morning and I thought, this is my 3rd favourite day of the year. I love it. I love deadline
What's your other
day.
2?
Well, birthday and Christmas, kind of.
Fair enough. Should have guessed that. To be fair. Do you prefer summer deadline day or January or deadline day?
At the moment, summer, because we've done nothing in January for about 3 years.
Hey, 2 years ago we got Bowen. We got Bowen 2 years ago.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Yeah. So the last 2 years we've or one and whatever. It's yeah. It's not been kind, and we just haven't done anything, which is frustrating. But we'll leave it there. Gio, thank you very much for coming on.
Pleasure. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you very much, everybody watching it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've no idea what's happened to the chat. Some YouTube probably turned it off because they like to annoy me, or there's just nobody watching. But it says 66 watching. So thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West Ham Official if you are new. And I'll be back if anything else happens tonight, which I very much doubt. But yeah, we will be back with a preview for the Kidderminster again Thursday night, and that will be it. Thank you very much. Come on, your irons, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.